Good morning to one and all. This is Sridhar. I am working as an assistant professor in the St. Peter's Engineering College, Department of Management. Yesterday we had already discussed about unit 1, economic policies and economic entities and economic types and what is economics and what is business. Today we will go to discuss the topic of microeconomics and macroeconomics. So wherever we go, somewhere we are talking about in our national or international. So microeconomics and macroeconomics in NSE sector or basic sector or share market or economic policies. So those who are maintaining the economic policies compulsory, they are using these kind of words. That is what the microeconomics and the macroeconomics. So where it is derived, who are introduced the microeconomics and the macroeconomics. When it is introduced in the economist. When it is introduced the economist. See that first one, micro and macroeconomics. Micro and macroeconomics. Micro means very small. Macro means large. Before that, before that we will go to discuss in the way it is derived, who was introduced in the economic policies when it is introduced. Micro and macroeconomics. These two forms, micro and macroeconomics and macroeconomics, were coined. Micro and macroeconomics. Micro and macroeconomics were coined inside and outside. Were coined by Professor Ragnar Frisch, also University in 1933. So 1.2 sets. We have two sets. So at the same time, in economic policies, microeconomics is one side and macroeconomics is one side. Who said it? Professor Ragnar Frisch. He is from Oslo University. He has derived 1.2 ways. He has derived 1.2 ways. That is what micro and macroeconomics since 1933. Since 1933, he has derived the micro and macroeconomics. Who is the father of economy? Who is the father of economics? So, who is the father of economics means Adam Smith is the father of economics. Father of economics. Now we could not talking about only economics, but a little bit of matter apart from the economic. That is what the micro and macroeconomic. That's why we are talking about my Oslo University person is who is the economist? Professor Ragnar Frisch. So he has derived micro and macroeconomics. So then before that, micro and macroeconomics, the one more author derived such a name, some other name of micro and macroeconomics. Micro and macroeconomics. Doug of is the other name. Doug of the Cambridge University. Slightly alternate. Doug of is the other. Cambridge University. Slightly alternate the micro and macroeconomics. These words use them microscopic. Microscopic is using this word. Who is that? Doug of microscopic and microscopic. Before that, they are using microscopic and macroscopic. After that, alternate these words. Micro and macro. Who is that alternate the word, particular word? These alternate, however, Professor French terminology using Professor French. This is Ragnar French using terminology micro and macroeconomics. So very simple. Micro is nothing but it's a very small millionth of part. So that's why we call it as a very small. It's called a micro. Only micro. Apart from the micro. Next, large means a very large in economic society. So that's why we call it as a micro. Now our point is we go to discuss the topic of only micro. Today only micro. So micro means millionth of part. It means that small component deals. Small component deals with a small segment. Small component deals a small segment. Small component, little bit of component like this. Little bit of component deals with the small components in small segment. Small component with small segment. So, for example, take national income. Example of microeconomic national income. This is a just explanation of micro, very small component deals in the small segment. So, what is the definition of actual definition of microeconomics? Now, the point is microeconomics. Microeconomics according to economy, according to business economy. So this microeconomy, now the point is we will go to discuss with the topic of microeconomy. Okay, so what is the definition of microeconomics? To study of microeconomics to study of individuals, to study of individual firms, particular households, and particular wages, and individual price, and individual products, and everything. So micro means about a small segment. I already said few seconds back, a small segment. It is in particular it is talking about microeconomics only individuals, particular households, particular prices of individual prices of product. Okay, individual prices of product, incomes, and individual products. So it is called to study of under into the microeconomics. These microeconomics is related to neoclassical approach. Microeconomics is following the neoclassical approach. Neoclassical economy. Work under the strong belief. It's developed by Alfred Marshall. So it is completely related to neoclassical approach. Under neoclassical approach, we will go to approach the every individuals. We will go to analyze the every particular thing. We will go to analyze the employee accountability. We will go to analyze the employee capability. So each and everything we will go to analyze under neoclassical approach, neoclassical economy. So under this macroeconomics is apart from the economy, these are we call it as parts, two types of parts economy, that is what micro and macro economy. So this micro economy is a very small, to take a very small segment in the economy system. So microeconomy price theory. So microeconomy price theory. What is the price theory of microeconomy? Microeconomy price theory. Okay, so first one, theory of product price. Theory of product price. First one is theory of product price. Next, theory of of product price, theory of factor price, theory of factor price, theory of welfare price, theory of welfare. Under bracket, it is related to environment, external environment, external environment. So according to theory price derived three ways, that is what theory of demand, theory of supply and theory of production. Theory of demand, theory of supply, theory of production. Okay, so these are the three ways under theory of product price. Next one, again theory of factor price, again derived. Factors means it is an individual factor, means each and every department decentralized into our microeconomics. We will go to discuss with the explanation of each and everything. For example, according to this economic system, theory of factor price derived, theory of rent, theory of interest, and theory of wages, theory of profit, theory of interest, theory of profit. So these are the microeconomics price theory. Just write down all of you, make it fast. Right? See, microeconomic price theory. Now this price theory can go to explain about product price. Product price. Everyone listen carefully. So everything is important in this from this microeconomy. So because of we go to talking about the microeconomic of product. Then before the product, how to decide the product price according to microeconomy. So each and everything, right? See that the microeconomy, this microeconomic price theory of product price. The first one, theory of product price. Second one, theory of factor price. And third one, theory of welfare price. So theory of product price. What is theory of product price? Which is we are going to making, which is we are going to made up of one finishing goods through raw material. Through raw material, that is what water, goods, raw material. Which product we are going to manufacture, compulsory we need to take raw material which is we are going to use in of related product. So that is what meanwhile theory of product price, after we decide including product price, including raw material, including salary, including expenditure, including factory rent, or including everything. including in theory of product price. So it should be explaining about quality, quantity, measurable of product, deflection of product, should be explaining about under theory quality, quantity, measurable of product and deflection of product price. So this kind of theory of product should be included only neoclassical approach. So according to this neoclassical approach, we are going to follow the 360 degrees appraisal. 360 degrees appraisal in this method. That is what neoclassical approach. So in this small explanation of theory of product price, the next one is theory of factor price. Theory of factor price means complete finishing goods. Complete finishing goods we are going to explain in this method. It is not be related to neoclassical approach. Before that, it is a primary stage. It should be related to the theory of product price, because this theory of product price, this theory of factor price is only should be explaining about finishing goods of product, which is we are making or which is we are made up of in the organization. That particular products are we are going to distribute, we are going to introduce into the market, right? So that's why theory of factor price into the each and everything, and transportation and sales and dispatching, and it should be explained under factor price. Factor means commodities of product with finishing goods. Next, theory of welfare price. So it is also impact of complete the society or complete the populators. It should be explaining under welfare. So in this area of this to study of area of welfare only, competitors of products, competitors of sales, or competitors of goods and services, under this method we are going to study. Next one, this theory of product price, theory of demand, product demand, and theory of supply, and theory of production. We will go to discuss. Demand means I already said in previous class, theory of demand should be explaining about interrelated to one demand, interrelated to one supply related to one production of product. So these demand, when the demand is increased, always supply also increase and price also decrease. Okay, when the demand is increased, the price on demand always going on constant level. So always going on constant level. It's depend upon one demand is depend upon supply, supply is depend upon demand. Why? Because always going on train track, always going on constant level. That's why. See that remaining, however, these demand, when the demand is increased, and automatically supply is increased. Because why the reason is, without supply, no product demand. Without demand, no product supply. So that's why it is narrow way and straight way they are following supply and demand. See, when the price is decreased of product, then automatically demand will be increased and supply also increase. When the price is increased, then demand will be decreased and supply also decrease. That is the terminology in theory of demand. Next, supply also same related to supply. It should be explaining about completely supply of product. So in this supply study of narrow ways some places, because of one place demand is high, one product demand is high, one place product demand is low. So on that way, the product, when the product is going on demand way, the supply is going on always high level. So when the product is demand low level, the supply will be low level. See this theory of supply to study of completely product supply, raw material, quality, quantity, okay, importance, measurements of products, these kind of things we are going to study under theory of supply. Next topic, demand and supply. We are having next topic, next theory of production. So both are increase, the production also increase. Both are decrease, the production also decrease, because of no supply, no demand, no production, no producing of product. Simply, right? So that is what production. Next one, theory of factor price under divided, theory of rent, theory of interest, and theory of wages, and theory of profit. Why the things are we are talking about the theory of factors means rent factor is different and theory interest is different and this factor wages factor is different and profit factor also different. This is the last stage into the organization. Rent factor, theory of factor, it should be explaining about expenses of product and rent factory rent of product, manufacturing expenses, direct expenses and everything which is we are going to manipulate the product from one place to another place, which is we are going to import the product from one place to export the product from one place to another place, and that time then we will pay the transportation rent of goods, we will pay the factory rent on the goods. So that is the explanation of factor of rent. Next one, theory of interest. This theory of interest which should be explaining about capital amount from this theory price. So not only see here price one, how to decide the product price, which including rent, including interest of capital amount, including wages of employees, including profit or loss of capital. So these kind of things we are going to discuss under microeconomic price theory, microeconomic price theory, which is we are going to introduce into the organization. So this is a microeconomic price theory. So we will go to discuss with the concept is, just write down all of you, we will go to discuss with the concept is, the first one is important. The first important is to understand the working of the economy. To understand the working of the economy, the first concept is here, right here, to understand working concept under microeconomics. Working concept. So microeconomics to study of individual things. I already said to study of individual things. See this to understand the working concept. To understand the working concept means now we go to discuss understanding the operation activities. From this word, understanding the operation things, operation activities. Okay, so which operating day to day operating activities we go to understand into the microeconomic price theory. The first importance is to understand the working concept. Under working concept we are having operation activities. Operation activities means we will go to do the day to day activities, that is what selling, buying, importing, exporting, expenses, receipts will take incoming or outgoing. This is called operation activities regarding to products. Next one, to provide the tools for the economic policies. Tools for the economics. To provide the tools for the economic tools to provide the, just right now I dictate you, to provide the tools for the economic policies. So under economic policies we go to that every policy should be followed in the organization, like requirement, like facilitation, like company formulation, facilitation and company formulation. These kind of things we are going to study under provide the economic policies. Write down next one, employment of efficient resources. Employment efficient resources. Just write down and dictate. All the resources efficient distributions across the various uses across the various uses is a very not possible to formulate the proper resources, because of resources is important, which is we are provided to the organization that they will do the well activities in the organization, right? So formulation is important. Resource formulation, when we are having resource formulation, and that time we will get a good growth of product and good growth of company. Next one, understanding the problems of taxation. Understanding the problems of taxation. implies. That is the meaning of taxation. Next, conditions of economic welfare. Conditions of economic welfare. Just write down. Conditions of economic welfare is goes to board of directors we are having. Then according to board of directors, through board of directors we are going to discuss the conditions. Okay. So models. Next one is model. Economic models are producing the hands and economics and policies makers today. Microeconomics helps in this. Microeconomics helps in this method. The micro policies. These are the objectives of microeconomics. Tomorrow we will go to discuss with the another topic, that is what macroeconomics. So this is a concept. Just write down simply. So in our day-to-day life we are going to do the so many activities through with the microeconomics or through the macroeconomics. Just now you can concept is easy. Now you can feel your own individual things. Definitely you get the objectives and answers. So many objectives is there. Okay, so many objectives is there. Like for example, like prediction. This is one of the objects helpful to the prediction and help to make a achievement and maximum loss and minimum loss and maximum profit. That is also one of the objective of microeconomics. Right? Okay, dear students, if any doubt, please ask me, and if any doubt, please ping my number. And thank you very much to all.